You'll be clear, you'll be motivated, and you'll have an idea of what you can do today to start getting the life that you really desire started, building, in motion. Real quick, before we get started, why don't you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell? So all the hoopla about the new year and the new decade has died down, but the question is, so what do you actually do to make this the year and this the decade where you start living a life to live it on your own terms, totally fulfilled, totally creative, everything that you've been dreaming of? I'm going to take you through my easy, simple 4-step process that I've used to help me build a life that I'm absolutely in love with. This is not a passive learning experience. I want you to grab a pen and grab a paper, because there's going to be a couple of times each step of the way I actually want you to do the exercise. That way this video helps you. Let's go. Grab that pen. So the first thing, guys, is really getting connected with your why. If you're not connected with your why and you're going after something, especially in the arts-based business or entrepreneurially, then things get sideways really, really quick, because challenges are going to come at you, obstacles are coming. So if you're not connected with why you're going to the trouble in the first place, then you're going to give up really quick, and another year is going to go by and you're going to be wondering, why didn't I do that in the first place? So I'll show you what I do. I just open up a Pages document and I get to writing my why. This is something that I revisit certainly at the beginning of the year, certainly monthly and quarterly, and if I'm having a tough day, I definitely connect with this. So it's really simple. I'll show you guys real quick. So you guys, this is really simple. This is my 2020 planning and visioning. So I write down, I just open up a document. You don't have to have a fancy app. I know all sorts of people like to talk about Evernote and all of that stuff, but you just do what feels good to you and start writing it out, like my why. And take your time with this if you want. It doesn't need to be an epic, like, million-page demonstration or anything. You'll see with mine, I kind of do my why when it goes to my business enterprise. If you're more of an artist or a musician and you're not quite where you're thinking of yourself as a business or thinking of your craft as a business enterprise, that's totally okay. Think about why you play music. Think about why you write. Think about why you go and do what you do, even though it can be, really painful and vulnerable, and you really have to put yourself out there. So that's what I do. And then the second part of this is thinking about the why for my family. And if you don't have a family, what about the why for yourself? Like, what about your values? What about like freedom to do what you want, or being able to carry out a really unique vision, or whatever it is for you. So you'll see in this video, and obviously I have this all scrubbed up, you'll see in this video that I do the why for my business and then for my family. Again, anything that I offer you is just a guideline. You don't have to do this exactly how I do this. You can just use this as a guideline for inspiration and to get you started. As you see, I am just writing out what's up for 2020. And for this, there's no right or wrong way to do it. But what I do encourage you to do is put down some of the things that actually scare you. Make sure it's a good mix of things that you know you can accomplish easily and effortlessly. You've done it before and you'll do it again. But also put down the things that are going to push you out of things that you've never done before. Like the first thing that I put down for here, this is going to be my first 6-figure year. I've never done that before. How exciting is that? So at the beginning of the year, I'm really setting that intention. And I divide this up into 4 categories, into business, family, body, and spirit. If you have other categories that you would like to add there, again, there's no hard and fast way. There's no right and wrong. So put everything out there. there and really, pause this video, grab your notebook, and actually do these things. Like, actually do these exercises. No goal too big and no goal too small. Have fun. Pause, get your favorite pen and notebook, and go. Gives you an idea of really how simple it can be. You can make it as expansive and as big as you really want, or it can be a little bit shorter than what I did. Whatever it is for you is absolutely perfect. So what I want you to do now is go through and see like what can be done in Q1 and just put Q1 on there. What can be done in Q2 and just put Q2 on there. I'll just show you real quick how I'm thinking about my goal list. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going through all of the goals that I wrote down and looking at what is really feasible. What feels good. So for 6-figure year, obviously that's something I'm going to be looking back on in Q4 and saying, okay, cool, 6-figure year. Now I might want to go back to this and break it down and see if there are any intermediate steps that I want to take toward that. And you might find you have goals that serve you in that way too. This is fairly self-explanatory. Also, in case you don't know, if you're new to the whole Q1, Q2, Q1 is basically the first quarter of the year. So we're talking January through March. Q2, April through June, and so on and so forth. Pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going through this and it's like, when do I want to do this? You'll see 5 high-ticket private clients. I want to put that energy out here in the first half of the year. Breakthrough clients. Maybe I want to really be putting that forth in the second and third quarter of the year because that's just such a beautiful time to host in this area of the world. All of these things, right? So, in my little notes to the universe, I'm open for the right ones at any time. It doesn't matter if it's Q1 or Q2, but it's still, so I always like to blend the spiritual with the practical, and you'll see a little bit of that here. Clearly, the family is always, always, always. You don't get to just relegate to one quarter. Say, I'm not going to tend to my marriage or my child for one quarter. I'll get back to them in Q2. Nope. That's how we pass down generational wounds and divorces happen. And yeah, I'm setting a goal to get back to my healthy, happy weight in Q2. That feels really good and doable and not like I'm pushing myself out of ego. All of these good things. So hopefully this is helpful. Pause and just go ahead and assign some timelines to your goals. So hopefully you guys can see how truly simple this is. There's one more step left. You're going to keep this list that you just made with all of the quarterly goals. And by the way, this doesn't have to be locked in. This can change, this can evolve. I think you probably saw with what I just did, like it'd be really great to have the 5 private clients in certain quarters, but I'm open to receive the right ones at any time. Same with the VIP, same with all of this. All in divine timing, right? But the purpose of this exercise is to organize and mobilize ourselves, like organize everything so it's doable for us, and then mobilize ourselves to actually take action, because we can do the inner work, we can work on ourselves, we can get ready to live the life that we really want to live, but we also have to take action. It's both. It's definitely a combination of the meditation and the implementation, right? Here is the last thing that I want you to do. You'll keep this list and say monthly if that feels good to you, or even weekly if that feels good to you. You revisit the list and you ask yourself 3 things. What can I do today? What can I do this week? And what can I do this month? So for instance, I'll show you guys really quick how this broke down for me when I was doing this for my 2020. Okay, so I'm asking myself, what can I do today? What can I do this week? And what can I do this month? So I'm looking at my list, and I kind of drafted this out before, so I already know what I'm thinking of what I can do today, and I know that I can start integrating some back end systems for my brand new coaching class, my group coaching class, the Ultimate Life Fulfillment Blueprint. So I can do that today. What can I do this week? I can start a feasibility report on a project that I'm looking at that's real estate related. And what can I do this month? I can draft a business values offer to a gentleman who's been requesting this, and I need to get that off my plate. I hope that this helped you see the possibilities for yourself this year and gave it you a way to break down and prioritize things, because if everything's a priority, then nothing's a priority. And also, if you have some big projects on the docket, it can feel really overwhelming and you can get paralyzed if you start thinking about the big picture. So if you're ever feeling paralyzed, like you can't really put it together, make sure you break it down. Come back to this exercise, break it down, just show yourself what is the next feasible steps. So the thing that I wrote down, like the feasibility report with the record, what that's all about is my interest in real estate development. And obviously that's a really huge project by any stretch of the imagination. But what's the one little thing that I can do, right? What is one tiny step that I can take that can help me reach my goals? If you want another way to look at reaching your goals and really fleshing them out and really fleshing out the dream, I will leave a link to a 4-part series that I have about the art of setting goals. And in that, I offer a manifesting exercise. I love to do a combination of both the practical and the spiritual, because it really takes both. It's not one or the other. This is all about taking action and seeing what actions you can take today. So if you liked this, please hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, and leave a comment. Let me know what you saw for yourself in 2020 as you were going through this exercise, and how everyone in the community can support you. Share this with someone who can really use the support in breaking down their big, amazing dreams. All right, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.